give you a little update on the session that we just finished. Let me start off by telling you that I voted for in this session, I think virtually everything that came before us, because I thought it was a pretty good package. And particularly for St. Mary Parish, particularly for this area, you'll be happy to know that it accelerates the overlay of 182 on Main Street instead of later in the year. I mean, it could happen, virtually any time now as soon as contractors are available, and that's kind of what's driving the whole process. Having said that, that's good news and bad news. Bad news is I know that you were looking at doing something with the utilities there before the overlay. And I'm just telling you, the window's tightened up. Now, if we need to delay them, I hate to do that, but if you need to delay them anymore, I mean, that's always a possibility. But I hate to see you put a new road down and then go start tearing it up 2 months, 3 months down the road.
The problem is funding. I think we all agree the problem is something was finding money to do it.
But have we had major drainage or issues on Main Street? Not yet.
Just a water line.
It's 80-year-old water line.
There's a water line. There's a water line that runs in the middle of about 3,700 feet, and it could burst. You have to go in there. We haven't had that about 30. We haven't had that.
Anyway, that's that. If you're going to do something, you end up very, very tight. This allowed us to accelerate that project. There's another project, a new bridge at Oak Lawn that's also in the priority one system that's scheduled to go to bid shortly. But what this also allowed us to do was to elevate other projects in the parish. And one that was very important that I wanted to get onto the priority list that was not on the priority list is the overpass at LA 318 out at near the Civic Center. A lot of accidents there, a lot of people getting killed there. I just want to accelerate that as much as we can. All of this allowed us to move those a little faster. It's still going to be a while to get right of ways and to get the design done out there, but I think it's good for the whole area. The other thing that was good about the overall budget that was passed, this supplemental budget, there's between 20 and $30 million of coastal erosion projects, coastal restoration projects that are in that budget that are particularly along the coast in St. Mary and a little bit in Iberia, a lot in Iberia, but not in my district in particular. But still, there's probably another 15, 20 million in Iberia Parish. Those are going to happen over a period of years, but it puts the state matching money, it begins the process for the state matching money to be put there, which is not an insignificant amount of money. It'll probably cost somewhere between $1.25 billion and $1.5 billion over some years. $300 million is a good down payment. I thought the governor's program was good. The one place where I was really disappointed and we really got caught short and flat-footed on this is reports. I'm happy to see that tonight you passed the agreement to have the Port of St. Mary, West St. Mary, take over the industrial park. It's been 40 years. And I think we missed a golden opportunity for it not to have been done sooner, because everything in the Port Priority Program was funded this time, which is unheard of. Never happened before. $67 million in port projects. Port of Terrebonne, $7 million. Port of Fourchon, $7 million. Port of South Louisiana, $7 million. Port of Lake Charles, $9 million. New Orleans Port, $28 million. And there are a number of other smaller ones that could go on. But we just weren't in the list. We weren't in the list. And I think the delay cost us from probably being able to access between $2 and $3 million to further build out that land. That's the bad news. The good news is it did clean out the priority list. And we're still going to put money in the priority list for the regular session budget. At least $20 million, it could go as high as $40 million, depends on the demand. checked before I left, there's only one application that's in there. So anything that you have that can accelerate that, and working with the Port of West St. Mary Parish, that can be done very quickly, it's a golden opportunity to get some money that's not highly competitive at this time. I really think we missed the boat on this one, but I'm glad finally that we've moved along. There is, we did finish off a tax cutting plan that Governor Blanco began her first year in office, particularly on businesses, getting rid of the onerous taxes on franchises and debts of corporations, and we also eliminated the 1 penny sales tax on utilities, the permanent penny that had been on utilities for business. It's probably a bigger help for big business, but it's for everybody. It's for every business. I think that was a good thing. The session went very fast. The next session's not going to go as fast. It's going to be more deliberative. Tomorrow is the deadline. Tomorrow noon is the deadline for filing anything. So if there's anything left, I need to know before noon tomorrow to get it in place. And I know, and I'll talk to Mayor after the meeting about something that we're trying to accomplish. I don't know if you're able to do that or not. There's one other thing I want to caution you about: cooperative endeavors. Every administration, when they come in, they put the brakes on everything, and they kind of vet everything through to make sure it's what it's supposed to be and all that. What this has caused is for some of these cooperative endeavors to be delayed. Whatever capital outlay projects that we have, and I've looked at most of them for the district, and in particular for the city here, I think are okay and they're in play. But if there's something and that's why I asked that question earlier, if there's something that's hung up, then I need to know as soon as I can, so I can negotiate to make sure that we push the capital endeavor through. Do you know of anything else that you're waiting on?
This was the only thing I did.
There are a couple more at the parish level that we were worried about. I had one other item. I'm just kind of running out today. But let me ask if there's any questions.
Sam, could you maybe expound tad on the ethics reform bills that were passed just about a month ago?
Want the short version or
The short version.
The mayor pro tem are going to have to report in tier 2. Your income, your liabilities, and everything. The rest of the city council, for this city council, will report in tier 3, which is a less onerous reporting. It's basically some certifications. And the way that broke down is, and I don't know who thought this stuff up there, but somewhere in some room somebody said, well, if you represent a jurisdiction of 5,000 or over, you got to report everything. You got to report all of your income, all of your alcohol, all of your $1,000 purchases. When you get down into finding that stuff, they're going to be in your closet, they're going to be in your mailbox, and that's why I voted against it. It not only includes city council, but it includes boards and commissions. Of any board or commission that spends $1 million in a year, they will have those same reporting requirements. People who don't even draw a per diem to go to a board meeting. I've had so many people from around the state say, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. I give my time for community service, and I don't get paid for it. And to have all of my personal business out there and all that is just not worth it. In the same token, the Superdome Commission, which decides on where millions and maybe billions are spent, you know what they have to report? Nothing. Nothing. So there was no equity in it. There was certainly no parity in it. I don't know, it was arbitrary. If you're in a jurisdiction of 5,000 or more, are you more likely to steal than if you're in one of less than 5,000? And I tell you something else, there's nowhere on that form that says, please list freezer cash. Ain't on there.